Your mindset determines your level of success in absolutely everything that you do, whether it is with dating and getting girls, whether it's with making new friends and networking with high-level people, or with starting online businesses. And I have examples to go for every single one of them. But the thing that you need to understand with your mindset is the way that you perceive the world is the exact thing that it's going to reflect back to you. If you view everything as an opportunity, then that's what everything is going to be. There's always going to be an opportunity for you to win. But if you see everything as negative, if you have this tinted view on reality with limiting beliefs and negative thoughts, then that's also what you are going to get back due to the way that you see the world, the actions that you take, the thoughts that you have, the way that you behave, the way that you move, it all gets impacted. So your mindset's the most important thing that you can have in this life. I wouldn't trade my mindset for any amount of money in the world. It's the most valuable thing that I developed when I was 19. And for that reason, I built a confidence transformation guide. And that's where a lot of my mindset came from, was developing my confidence, true internal confidence as a man, and doing things in the external world to build my confidence even further. So I broke everything down for you so you can take the exact same steps, build your confidence and build your mindset, and that's completely for free. It's the first link in the description below. Now, I want to dive into how impactful your mindset is in terms of the way that you view the world and perceive things. And I want to tell you a story about making friends in the new city that I've been in. So I moved here 2 months ago knowing absolutely no one, and this is the biggest city that I've ever moved to. It's huge compared to all the other cities. And in these smaller cities where the population isn't that big and there's only 1 or 2 clubs, one of the things you'll notice is that you see the same people every weekend. So after introducing yourself to a bunch of people when you go out, you usually have someone who you know, who you can talk to. And that's kind of been one of the things that I've done in these smaller cities, is even if I was going out by myself, I knew people there, even if they were just guys who I would be friends with and grab a drink with and chat to, and we'd talk to girls together. There was usually people I knew. And I was wondering, in this city, it's huge, and I kind of knew this coming in, and it's true, is you don't see the same people out. It's huge. There's so many clubs. There's so many people. It's very hard to find the same people. I mean, maybe if you go to the same clubs, you might bump into similar people, but it doesn't happen too often. And I was wondering, how am I going to make friends? But I still came in with my positive, optimistic mindset. And this takes us to the second weekend when I was here in this city. And I was going to the club by myself. There was this club that's kind of off the beaten path a little bit. So if you're headed in this direction, you're kind of going to that club. And I saw 4 guys who seemed cool walking in that direction. I just walked up to them and I was like, yo, boys, what's going on? You going to the club? And they're like, yeah, we're going in. They end up getting me into the club for free because there's a cover charge. And then they also get me into VIP for free. And we've been friends since. So I want to break that down a little bit. You could have just been walking to the club by yourself, or you could have not even gone out because you had limiting beliefs and negative thoughts. Whereas I'm walking to the club by myself and I see 4 guys going there who seem cool. And I'm like, oh, that's 4 potential friends. And that's exactly what happened. But if you don't see these opportunities, if you don't see things through that positive, optimistic lens, everywhere you go, there's an opportunity to win, it's never going to play out well for you. So that's one of the first stories I want to break down, which is in terms of building, friendships, networking. And there's so many different ways which we can do this in terms of diving into girls, into business, which I'll also touch on in just a second. But I really want you to understand how powerful it is in terms of the way that you perceive things. Now, the next thing I want to dive into is applying this in the lens of business. So there's so many ways that you can reframe whatever is going on in your mind. And I want to give you an example of something that I'm using currently with a new business that I'm starting. So over the last couple of months, I've been trying to start a second business related to this. So I've had good success in terms of making good money with this YouTube channel and creating a coaching business. And I've got unique mechanisms which allow me to succeed, which I believe could really help other YouTubers. And there's so many areas that I could provide value to them from the things that I've learned with my past sales experience, so many different things. So I really want to start another business helping coaches scale, implementing these sales and marketing systems that I've developed into their content so that they can have the same level of success. And, I just started somewhere. This is one thing too, which is kind of a side note, but if you just throw darts at the board, in terms of you have an idea and you just execute on it and you try it and you don't really care in terms of like worrying about failing. You're just like, fuck, I have an idea, let's just see what happens. You will be successful. That's one thing that's so important is you just gotta throw darts at the fucking board. You gotta see where they land. Maybe you'll come close, maybe you won't. For the original idea that I had, the content I started posting on my second channel, I did make $2,000. So I made a sale from that idea, but that's not the idea I'm working with now, right? So that's kind of the thing. It's like there's always going to be adjustments. There's always going to be iterations. You're never going to have things perfect right off the bat, but you just have to keep trying and iterating and seeing what will work. Just throw that dart at the board, see where it lands. Maybe you get real close. Who knows? Maybe you're far off, but at least you have a reference point. You have a data point to work off of. This applies with everything, by the way. This is with talking to girls, making friends. It's with business. It's all the same. These are all the same thing. All these lessons are the same for all the three topics and more, anything in life, really. But I'm just giving you different examples in how you can break down this mindset. But let's go back to the point, which is that, so I have this business and now I'm starting to post on Instagram for it. And I'm running Instagram ads. And I'm going to be using Instagram as my platform. So my main Instagram account where all the girls and all the friends who I have see the stuff that I post. And I posted the first 3 reels that the partner who I invested with wanted me to post. So I posted those and then I saw some of the girls who I know, who I've been with, like them. And I was like, I had a moment where I had a little bit of like, oh, people are gonna see what I'm posting and they might think things of it, just insecurities and doubts around posting that sort of content where all these girls are seeing it. Because I don't really think anyone sees my YouTube content for the most part. A couple people do, but the Instagram stuff, everyone sees. So everybody I actually know sees that. And I had a little bit of those doubts for a second, but I quickly reframed it. And this is what you can do with anything, right? So this is the value in here, which is that I was like, I'm the motherfucker who just keeps trying no matter what. And if you don't know what I've been doing, I've been trying so many different things, even in the mix of having a successful Sales Academy business. I was trying different things. I was trying to run ads. I was trying to transition it into Instagram. And I tried that on Instagram and I failed. And everyone kind of saw me do this thing and then stop doing this thing and fail. I mean, most people, if I'm being honest, probably don't even really think about it that much. But some people did. And then, I'm doing the YouTube and then I came back to Instagram and I'm trying again. And there's one way of looking at it, which is that, oh, this motherfucker's failing. He's just trying different things. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Or you can view it through the lens of this is the motherfucker who just won't stop trying. He will succeed because he's just tenacious. He just doesn't fucking stop. He's just going to try and try and try until he succeeds. And every single time he's trying, he's getting better. He's bound to succeed. And that's some of the things that my closest friends will say. They're like, Seb, you're the fucking guy who just doesn't stop trying. I don't have any concerns for you in terms of like when things aren't going good, I'm not worried about you as I would be for other people because you always succeed. You always succeed no matter what you do because you just don't stop trying. You try so many things. You have the right mindset and everyone always says that. So that's what you got to understand is that anything that you're taking as negative, as an insecurity, as a doubt can be flipped on its head and turned into a positive thing. And I did that literally just yesterday when I posted my first Reels, and I hadn't posted on Instagram Reels in a long time, especially for doing some new business model, changing my bio, all that stuff. And I was like, a little concerned, but I quickly just caught myself with that negativity because you're always going to have that, by the way. You're never gonna just cure your mind of doubts, of worries, of anxieties. It's usually you're gonna have them at different points in your life. And you just have to be able to really quickly change them, flip them on its head. Going back to socializing, I can't tell you how many nights I've had a slow start to the night when I've went to a new city, I'm there by myself, I go out to a club, and I haven't kicked off the way I normally would. And I realize I can make this change. I can just start being charismatic and talking to people right this second. I can look and point at someone and go up and talk to them. And if it doesn't go well, there's more people here. I can just start talking to people and becoming the charismatic version of myself and snap back into the version of myself that I know I can be. And I've done it so many times. It's all about how quickly you can catch yourself slipping if you have those negative doubts, limiting beliefs, and turn them on their head and start executing on the positive, optimistic version of it, because that's what leads to success. So that's really the important thing I want you to take away from this. And, just relating to the fact that, someone who's already got a personal brand still has these sorts of things, right? With a new thing that I'm doing, it was just a quick thing that crossed my mind, but I made a mental reframe that allowed me to be like, oh fuck, wait, I'm actually the fucking guy who just never quits. I never quit. I'm never gonna quit. I'm not gonna fucking fail. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to succeed, and I'm gonna be that guy, and everyone can see it. And I think when you reframe it like that, you're like, oh wait, everyone respects the fact that I'm just that guy who won't stop trying and is going to succeed. And I made plenty of money in the mix too. It's not like I'm fucking completely failing or anything. My YouTube personal brands made me money, and I posted some of that success on Instagram. And my previous business been successful, posted that on Instagram. It's like there's been success, but there's also been failure. And I don't let the failure ever stop me or hold me back from doing what I want to do. And that's the thing that you really got to ingrain into your mindset, is that you can do absolutely anything. Letting other people's opinions hold you back is the stupidest thing ever. You just got to go after what you want, and you'd see how successful you'd be. And the people's opinions isn't just online. A lot of people, even I can think that, right? Where it's like worrying about people's opinions, usually what people think online or whatever. It's really also applying to, cold approaching. If a girl doesn't like you, that's her opinion. Who the fuck cares? Go on to the next one. Not everyone's gonna like you, and that's completely okay. So the big takeaway here is that the more you develop your mindset to be advantageous for your goals, for yourself, even if it was delusional, right? Even if your mindset was completely delusional, but it was positive and optimistic, you'd be in a better position for success, and you would have more success, I fucking guarantee it. Because there's some times when I've been completely delusional, but that delusion has led me to success time and time again. So many times I've been completely delusional and ended up, my delusions came true. I remember being in Norway, spending $9K on that trip when I didn't have $9K. This was before this personal brand and this YouTube coaching business was making money. And I was just telling everyone, I would talk to my mom, she was like, when are things gonna get better? I'm like, it's coming soon. Just trust me. I know that this is gonna work. I know it's gonna work. I can feel it in my heart. I know it's gonna work. And they were just like, okay. And then boom, the next month I made 9K, and they're like, oh shit, you fucking made it work, And this has happened so many times where you just have to be so positive and optimistic, and you have to be the one who generates all that success that you want in your life, because nothing's gonna fall in your lap. And this one's really coming from the heart, because I'm going through all these things myself, right? So you can relate to this. These are things that I'm currently tackling at the moment. It's not something like in the past where I had social anxiety and now I don't really have it and I can tell you stories. The mindset's something that you have to continuously work at. It's never just gonna be, oh yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, the confidence stuff that I did and what I mentioned earlier, the guide and how I built it, it was set up for the right success, and now I have the right frameworks that I can use. And as there is ups and downs, I generally have that baseline good mindset, but it's something you continually have to work at. I catch myself slipping all the time. Your mindset's never just gonna be like good forever. You have to continuously work at it. If you don't, and if you start slipping, and if you start doing the things that don't lead to the confidence and the mindset, if you do the things that you know are not going to help you or just going to take away from you, then it's not going to be good for you. It's going to real quickly go bad, as it has for me at different phases of my journey in the last 4 years when I slipped up. So you have to continuously work at your mindset, but if you do, your life is going to be better than you could ever imagine. So that's what I want to leave you with. Once again, the Confidence Transformation Guide is absolutely essential in building your mindset. The things that it outlines in there builds internal confidence, external confidence. And it's really going to set you up for a lot of success. By building your confidence, you are also building your mindset. And that's completely for free. It's the first link in the description below.